28th of May. 28th of May and coming up for 11 o'clock. First job is to find the queen in here and get her marked, move her into another box. This is the brood box of a flow hive. So I'm going to get the bees out of here and put them in here. Hopefully along the way find the queen and mark her so that these can go off possibly this evening. So I better get some kit on and a smoker lit up and get on with the job. This is a full box of bees. Now the first frame out has plenty of capped brood on it. Yet again, this queen is proving to be impossible to find. I've been through the box 2 or 3 times, God knows how many times, and I can't find her. So I've transferred frames into the flow brood box and letting some of the flying bees go back to the other brood box. So hopefully there'll be a few less bees the next time I look. And then eventually I can switch the 2 boxes around again. Let's take a look at the swarm in the emergency nuke box, Langstroth nuke box. See how they're doing. Well, there's my answer. 3 queen cells there. Honey being put into drone brood cells. So they may have just had an old queen and want to replace her, or they may have had too tight a box and have swarmed. Anyway, we've got some new queen cells to watch. That's on that frame. There might be more. Well, there's still quite a lot of bees in the box, although a lot of these are drones. They're covering quite a big slab of capped brood here. So it may be supersedure. There's not very many queen cells in here, although they were on the bottom of the frame, so they did look like swarm cells. But still, there are plenty of bees left to look after some queen cells. In fact, I might move the box and steal the flying bees. Nice queen cell there. Bit of a scrubby one there, but that's a nice one. There's another scrubby one there. Hopefully the bees will choose the best and we'll get a new queen out of it. These have come from the Horsfield hive. It's a bit breezy down here. The birds are over there. And I'm going to sort out the swarm in this top box. They've been there quite a long time now, and I think they probably need a floor and poor bees are a bit confused. The entrance is down the bottom now, although they can make an entrance on that side there. So it will take them a bit of time to sort themselves out. They're so used to going in up there. They're bringing in lots of yellow pollen. I don't know what that is, but they're bringing it in. Loads of it. I've relented. There'll be a little space at the top for these bees, because that's where they're used to going. Eventually I will have to close it, but and of course they've got a completely empty box going to at the top now, which they didn't have before. This one we know has got a laying queen in this top box here, but I don't really want it left like this, so I'm going to pull it to bits and put it back together again. I wonder what that's all about. The brood box is quite full. I've moved it over here, and this is underneath the brood box. Oh, there's a horrible bucket of feeder underneath there. Oh god. Well, there were bees in this box too, which is underneath the feeder. So that suggests that we've got 2 separate colonies. One that's in the top box and one that's in the bottom box. So that's a bit of a conundrum. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a polynuke to sort this little problem out, I think. Well, this bottom box is a bit of a state. It was left last year with, I remember now, 4 or 5 frames that didn't have any wax in. And the bees made their own wax and filled it with honey. And here it is. So I'm going to have to do something with that. I'll put some more frames in. Decent frames or half decent frames. Get this honey out of here. And then these bees will be right. They've got a side entrance. So they'll be alright, I expect. Let's get that old honey out. Right, well, you can't assume anything with bees, because those that were in the top box a few weeks ago with eggs and brood are not there now. So there are bees in the bottom box, just seeing, they're okay, not very many of them, but the ones in the top box have gone. So in some ways it means we don't have to worry about those anymore. I don't know if this is really old brood frame or whether it's one left behind by the bees that have just gone. There's certainly some stores here, which looks fairly new, so anyway, no point worrying about them, I suppose. They've gone and we can carry on with that. Well, I looked at this one a few weeks back. The bees are in 3 supers, and if there's eggs there, I'm going to put this brood box on instead of having 3 supers. You can have a brood box and 3 supers and a queen excluded. I think I saw one somewhere. Right, well, I put the brood box on, not because they've got eggs in there, they haven't. In fact, I don't think they've got a queen in there either. Quite a lot of bees throughout the supers, but I don't think there's a queen, and I have a feeling there won't be one. So let's see if there are eggs in there. If there are, put some in here. Last time I opened this box up, I put a frame of brood in the middle here somewhere to see if they were going to make a queen cell or not. Well, that was some time ago. Let's have a look what's going on. Well, there's the frame, capped now, and no queen cell on it. So, hopefully, we do have a queen in here. Let's have a look in the bottom box. Yep, I've definitely got brood. So, somewhere there'll be eggs. If not on this frame, and on another frame. So I can put a frame from this colony into this one next door, and we'll see if they make a queen cell on it or not. Right, the pink dot is the frame to watch. Give it a week or so, and then we'll have a look and see if it's got a queen cell in it. Right, we've looked in that one. That one's now got a laying queen in. This one we put a frame in. This one we haven't looked at. This one's got bees in the bottom, no longer in the top. That's an empty box, but the bees are sorting it, looking at it. So the only one we haven't looked at is this one. But I don't see a lot of pollen going in, so I don't really have hopes of a laying queen, but I suppose we could just have a look, see if we looked at everything else here. I don't know what kind of wasps these are. Quite small at the moment, but whether they start small and get bigger, I don't know. But yeah, we probably won't like that. She is marked. Very hard to find queens. Moving around quite fast. There you go. You can feel that paint drying. That goes back in the box. Well, that's a heavy box of bees, and took me 3 goes to find the queen in here today, and that's the 3rd time I've tried to find her as well. So anyway, I found her, marked her, and she's a good queen. This was a split earlier on in the year, and she really built up well, laying very well indeed. But these poor bees in the swarm box are now going to have to make another queen cell. There's one frame with eggs that they can make them on, and so these are all the flying bees. They're going back to the box. The queen cells are in there, in this box, which I will take down the way later on. So, new queen cell in here in a week or so, and this one will hatch out in due course. Don't know what this is all about. Just been away for a while. Going back to lock these up so they can go away tonight, and they're all on the front of the box. Don't know why. Don't know why. So I can sit and watch them, I suppose. I guess these bees are slowly going in. A surprising mixture of bees. There's lots of different colours. Some have got lots of honey stripes. Some don't have any honey stripes. It's strange to see such a mixture in the same box. I wonder what that means. And the queen actually laid all the eggs for all of these bees, or whether quite a few bees have decided to join in. Hard to say, isn't it? Hard to say. Well, I don't know why the bees are doing this, but I am going to start persuading them to move. It's time they went in. There it goes, there you go. Let's all go indoors now. Very few drones in amongst these bees. You can go outside here anyway. Come on. Slowly does it. Come on, you lot. Hiding in that handhold there. That's where the woodpeckers get in those weak points. And the boxers get old bodies anyway. They will all go in eventually. Right, well this hive, Langstroth hive, has now got the swarm bees and their queen cells in it. Now, not all of the swarm bees, because some of them will be left behind in the homemade nuke box. So these can be left alone for 3 or 4 weeks now, and hopefully we'll see pollen going in and have a new queen. Hopefully. That's it for today. That was a big hornet. We know we've got a queen in that one. We put an egg in that one. We know we don't have a swarm in that one. We know we've got a very small colony in that one. We've got a queen cell in that one. We've got a colony with a laying queen in this one. And well, there's all that lot to deal with.